Hey, what's going on everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the fluid in the rear differential on our 2014 Volkswagen Touareg with a 3.6 VR6 engine. And as far as tools, I have some brake cleaner. You could use degreaser as well when the job is done to clean it off. A flashlight, some gloves, maybe a rag. I have a ratchet right here with an 8mm Allen socket. And then I bought a syringe. You can find these online for about $10, pretty cheap, because these do have a spout on them when you open these up, but where the fill plug is at is very difficult to get to. So something like this is gonna work great. And then some kind of catch pan. Obviously you're gonna need some fluid. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna take one, it might take two. Better to be safe than sorry, so I got two of them. This is the part number right here. And this is for the purely mechanical rear differential. If your differential has an electronic motor on it, this is not the correct part number. One thing to note, fluid does have an expiration date. So if you look right here, it'll tell you that this fluid, I don't know if it's focusing, but it is good for 4 years from the manufacture date. So if you look right here on the bottom of the bottle, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a stamp right there. And this says it was made in August of 24, so this is good fluid. So looking at the rear differential, if yours has an electronic motor, it'll be very obvious. There's going to be electronic connectors going to it and a motor somewhere in this vicinity. So if yours has that, it's going to be using a different fluid. From the factory, these Touaregs, they sit pretty high off the ground, so you can probably do this job on the ground if you really wanted to. But you might need to get 4 jack stands, jack the vehicle up and put it on the jack stands evenly. Now, if you're like me and you have a lift like this, that's perfect. You're a little bit spoiled. So looking at the area of repair, I have my catch pan right here underneath the rear differential. The fill plug is right here, and then the drain plug is right here. We're always going to take out the top one first, because if this is seized for whatever reason and you can't get it out, if you were to take this bottom one out first and drain all the fluid, you wouldn't be able to fill it back up and you'd be in a really bad position. So go ahead and take this top one out first with your Allen, with your 8mm Allen and your ratchet. Alright, I've got my fill plug taken out and nothing came out, which is completely normal. A little bit of fluid will evaporate over time through the vent that is not visible. That is on top of the differential. So that's completely normal, nothing to worry about. So now I'm gonna take out my drain plug right here, and this is when the fluid's gonna come out. So be ready to catch it. And I'm just going to let that drain until it stops dripping completely. Might take a little while, but it's worth it. Alright, so it's at a very slow drip, so I'm going to go ahead and put my drain plug back in and tighten that down. Now I'm going to open one of these bottles by taking the entire cap off, and then I'm going to take my syringe and I'm going to pull fluid into it, and then once I have enough fluid in it, I'm going to flip it upside down. That way I don't drip it everywhere. And then I'm going to take it over to the fill port and pump it in. As soon as that fluid starts coming out of that hole, that's when you want to stop, and then you want to put the fill plug back in. Alright, so I've got the syringe in there, and I had to fill it up about 5 or 6 times. I did have to open the second bottle. So as you can see, the fluid is draining out now. So once it slows down just a little bit is when I'm going to put that plug back in. Alright, that line looks pretty thin, so I'm going to go ahead and put that plug back in and then tighten it down. Once I tighten it down, I'm going to clean it off with some brake cleaner or degreaser, and the job is done. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments. Till next time, guys. Peace.